Hey everyone, it's Morgyn from For Love of Paper, and I am here with my first design team project for KITAHOLIC's kits. I am using the April kits to do my first project, which is a little traveler's notebook spread. Since the beginning of the year, I've been doing a little project where I take, I've got 52 prompts, and I take a little photo each week using one of the prompts. And the first prompt I am doing in this little journal here, and it was family. So it was selfie actually. So I got a photo of everyone in my family and am creating the first layout. The collection that this month's kit is based around is the Pinkfresh Studio Case of the Blahs, which is really, really cool. It's just lots of everyday moment sayings and phrases, and it's really, really good. It's perfect for my life. So yeah, I've printed my photos out. They're about, I think they're about 1.5 by 1.5 inch square photos, maybe a little bit bigger than that. I've just printed them in black and white because I wanted it to be quite neutral so that I could use the colors from this kit, which is green, red, sort of a limey green, yellow color, and blue, and then there's lots of black and white, heaps of black and white in this kit, which I love. So yeah, I went through, trimmed down my photos, and then on this I'm going to call it a cut apart sheet. It's just a whole page of these little tiny squares. I trimmed each one of those down, I cut one row out and then cut out 4 squares, and I'm using those to back my photos. And I think those squares are 2 inches by 2 inches, so my photos are a little bit smaller than that. There we go. And I just sort of put them on the page. I didn't quite know where this layout was going, and I was flicking through the papers, and I saw this piece that had the green triangles at the top and the bottom, and also that black and white stripy lined piece. And I thought maybe I could do some little lines going from each one of my photo, and my initial thought was to do like a little speech bubble at one end, then the line leading to the photo, and write my little information on there. That's what I initially had planned to do, but it didn't quite go that way. I really like how it came out in the end anyway. So I'm just fiddling around trying to work out where I wanted to place these little strips of paper that I had cut down. Just sort of playing with it to see which sides look best. As you can tell, the I think it's all of them, I think, have got this floral pattern paper on the back side of it. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to use that or I wanted to use just the triangles and the stripes, which is what I end up going with. So I've got 2 of each there. Excuse me, you'll have to excuse my voice. I've got a bit of a chest infection and sore throat at the moment, which really sucks. I'm actually on holiday as well. We've gone down to the Gold Coast because my husband's working down here at the moment, and yeah, I'm not feeling well, and my little man, he's just got better. So it's not the best holiday ever, but never mind, you do what you got to do. And it was really awesome to be able to scrap while I was away. I've got a few pages done. I think I've got an art journal, a 12 by 12, this traveler's notebook, and I've done another 12 by 12 as well. So I've got a little bit of scrapping done on my holiday. I made it myself a little kit. I spoke to Steph, and she said, yeah, you should definitely put together a little kit of stuff. So I did, and yeah, it's actually been really nice. So sorry, this part of the footage, I was actually at my mum's at this particular point in time, and when I was filming I couldn't quite tell where to put my notebook, whereas when I'm at my desk I know exactly where to go. So I'm sorry this is a little bit low down on the screen, you can't see everything, but it does get better, I promise. So now I'm just pulling out some of the ephemera that came in the embellishment kit, and I'm just putting it on the page, seeing where I want to set it out and what pieces I want to use. These tickets are really, really fun, and I think I use one of those for each of the boys. And then the little house puffy sticker, and then the circle next to my face there is a chipboard piece. And that's pretty much all the embellishments that I use. Excuse me. A few of the, I use the green, is it apple? Green apple spray, and I just did some splashes across the page because I felt like it needed something in the background, but it didn't need a whole piece of paper. I was tossing up whether I wanted to use a big piece of pattern paper or not, and I decided that would just be too much and take away from the photos. So just a few little splatters of the ink, and then I'm not sure what I was doing here, something off to the side, I think. Oh, I was probably just waiting for it to dry, maybe. Oh, that's right, I was finding my black. I did a few little black splatters as well, but it wasn't coming out as well as the green one did. I think the black's a little bit thicker, so it didn't splatter quite as well as the green one, but I really like how it turned out anyway. Yeah, I was having quite a bit of trouble with this. Sorry, I should have edited that little bit out for you. It's all good. You've seen my whole process now. I think this layout took me about 25, somewhere between 20 and 25 minutes to complete. Oh look, wiping up the table. I really didn't edit that bit out. Yeah, 20-25 minutes I think it took me. So now I put that aside to let that dry, and because this is in a traveler's notebook, I need it to be quite thin. So I actually just peeled off a couple of the layers behind the chipboard piece. So it was just kind of the top image layer. So I still get the effect of using a piece of chipboard, as it is a little bit thicker, but it's not super duper chunky like a normal piece of chipboard is. And the only reason I did that is because it's a notebook and I don't want it to be gigantically fat and I'm not able to close it or put it on the shelf. So now I'm going to go through and put tape on the back of all of these pieces, and I will be back in a minute. Okay, so now all my pieces are taped up and my background splatters are all dry. So I came back and I just started laying out everything again, and I have moved some of these pieces around a little bit. I decided that the black and white stripes should go at the top and the bottom, and then those green triangle strips go in the middle, and I did flip them. I'm pretty sure I flipped that bottom one so they're facing in opposite directions on the page. And I also moved a few of those embellishments around. I know I had them in different places earlier, but when you take the page apart and you come back, you don't always remember exactly where you put everything, unfortunately, but I like how it ends up anyway, and it doesn't really matter where they go. That one, Sam's one says travel ticket, and then it does have some smaller writing underneath, like, I can't remember, explore, journey, things like that, which is appropriate for him. He's always out exploring something. And Roman says adventure ticket, because I think that this year will be a big adventure for him. He's 1 next week. I can't believe, actually in a week's time he will be 1. I can't believe this last year has gone so quickly. I'm sure Sam's first year didn't go this quickly. And of course, I'm doing a voiceover and they have to start vacuuming out the front. We're in an apartment and they're vacuuming. Typical for my voiceovers. If it's not the planes, it's the school kids, or now someone doing their cleaning. So I apologize for that noise. But I have to get this done now because everyone else is out of the apartment for 5 minutes giving me a break. So I've got to get this done. And because I put all the tape on in one go, it was so easy to just come along, peel off the backing paper and stick it down. I am definitely going to be doing that in the future, except for this one because I've decided it needed a bit more tape, but that did make my life so much easier. Well, this one kept peeling the paper off, and I sort of put that one off to the side a little bit so I trimmed it off because the whole circle just looked a little bit funky. And what else am I going to get out to play with here? This was my little stash of goodies that I had put together for myself. Oh, right. Because this is in a notebook, I needed to trim down the middle so that the page closed properly. Sometimes I leave it overlapping and other times not. I figured this time, because they were just some little strips, it'd be nice and easy to just stick them down again and make it easier to close. And I don't think I do too much more to this layout. Oh, I had a bit of a hard time cutting that one, as you can see. I didn't have my sharp scissors with me. Normally I've got a pair that have got a really pointy end, and I didn't put them in my travel scrapping kit, so I had to make do with what I've got. And then I think I add in some journaling. Oh no, some stickers. I can't remember what these ones say, unfortunately. I think that said something like boss. You're the boss, I'm the boss. Something like that. Because my kids always tell my husband that I'm the boss. And, you know, I'll agree with that. But then it didn't quite fit right. And then this, I can't remember what that one says. I don't have it in front of me. But it needed a little something over that side. And then I think enamel dots. Who doesn't love some enamel dots around the page? And the colours just are perfect. They all match together so wonderfully. This collection was really, really fun to work with. Actually, the whole kit was really fun to work with. Now, I had the mixed media, which had the spray came out of. The embellishments were from the main kit and the embellishment kit, and the papers were all from the main kit, and this washi tape was from the embellishment kit also. So I just trimmed that down and used half under the one next to Roman and half under the one next to Sam, just to sort of bring that green across the whole page. So you've got the big strip in the middle and need a little bit up at the top and the bottom, I think. And then I just go and write our ages in underneath each photo, so we knew how old we were at the start of this year. And I will be continuing this project, this weekly project, even though I know we're now in April. I have taken the photos and got all the stuff ready to continue doing these weekly prompt photos, so be sure to come back to the KITAHOLIC Kits channel and check out everyone else's creations, and also to my channel, so you can see the other projects in this little notebook. There will be links in the description box below to all of the various things where you can subscribe and buy the kits from KITAHOLIC Kits. They are amazing. I love what she does with them every month. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So I will catch you next time. Bye.